Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys. Ooh. mm. Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Getting ready, getting there for market Monday market mapping. Let me do that. Let me do that. I'm about to share my screen now. I'm about to share my screen now. Just waiting for it to load. And there it's loading. All right, guys. So Monday market mapping. Today, Prop Zones is not with us, so he's attending the FMAS dinner this week. So just to break that down for you, because I think you guys would be interested in knowing about FMAS, and if you do have the opportunity, it would be really lovely to go between tomorrow and Wednesday at the Santon Convention Center. FMAS stands for Financial Magnet African Summit. And basically, there is going to be different people, different brokers, different PSPs, just liquidity providers, all of that. So when you think forex, and when you know that the forex, like it's not just about the trader or what, but there's a broker, there's liquidity providers, there's payment service providers, there's so much. So all of those guys are going to be in one room tomorrow at the Santon Convention Center. So if you guys do have the opportunity, I would encourage you to go meet some lovely individuals that are just doing amazing things within the industry, so that you can also get to meet other people other than the traders that you keep on seeing Facebook, Instagram, and what, but actually know that there are other key participants within not only the market, but just the industry as a whole. So yes, guys, this is actually something I forgot to announce before. But yeah, free entrance. That's a nice thing. The entrance is free to FMAS, and like I say, it would be a very lovely opportunity just to go and meet, like I say, the people who actually make the industry work. All right. With that being said, guys, we can get started with Monday market mapping. And like I said, unfortunately, my co-host isn't here. But guys, tomorrow Canadian CPI. Wednesday, the pound CPI. So I really want to see what the Canadian. I'm not gonna trade the Canadian CPI, but I really want to see what it will say, and that will give me a good indication as to what the pound CPI can do. So this is something that I did last month, and it really worked well. And I shared it with my community as to how sometimes I just trade later CPIs. So with the last GBP CPI, why I got it so easily, so correctly, was because I was looking at the overall CPI trend throughout all the countries, and we were seeing the same sort of trend throughout all the countries, like Australian dollar, like the Canadian dollar, so on and so forth. So we can already see there was a reduction. Please don't draw whilst I'm busy here. Please don't do that, or else I'll have to kick you out. Okay, sorry guys, can I just kick out this person who's busy drawing here? Okay, yeah, guys. Please, when we're busy with this, don't draw anything on the screen or anything like that because it really gets to distract us. Anyway, guys, yes, what had happened with the previous CPI, I had looked at all the CPIs, what they were doing, and then that's how I went in it. And we can see that there was a decline there. So already predicting the pound CPI, we may see a lower than forecasted actual number. So I'm just gonna wait to see what the Canadian dollar does in terms of the CPI numbers tomorrow, and if they come out negative. So if they come out like actually lower, then I know that we are most likely to see the same trend happening within the will see the same trend happening within the Great British Pound. And then, as far as everything else is concerned, I'm not drawn to any news when we okay. So currently, that's a question for the community. Anyway, yes. As far as everything else is concerned, possibly retail sales on Friday might create some more volatility. But even this FOMC, so remember we've also discussed FOMC, so it's the minutes one, so there's no actual number coming out, so we don't see that one spike and jumping that the market usually does. So if there is anything that I'm expecting is the GDP CPI. I see somebody's asking about the CPI over here. I'm avoiding the Canadian dollar CPI, and I'm just gonna trade the pound CPI based on what the Canadian dollar says. As I said, if the Canadian dollar CPI tomorrow comes out bad, lower numbers or what, then I'll just get into the pound CPI 8 a.m. and I already just put in that trade with the expectation of we can see trends tend to follow each other. Um, so that's what I was looking at as far as the news is concerned. So I see there's a question here that asked me about the CAD CPI. I'm not really gonna entertain much of the CAD CPI, but I'll just look at overall market setup. So we can go to the charts now. So for the charts, I'm not seeing anything because normally I just look at this real time. But this time I just had a quick look at the charts before entering here, and the only thing that I'm expecting to actually see right is tomorrow morning just to buy on GBP USD. If I do see a clear opportunity, and I'll be buying for till 127,650. But then this as well, if we can get here and start seeing any bearish pattern, any candlestick that suggests for us to sell, then I will go and look for selling opportunities. So like I'm saying, let me just draw this. I'm expecting to see a bit of a pullback in the morning and then hit here. And if we can start seeing movement down here, then that will be an indication that we can start selling, especially like I say with the especially with the news coming up on Wednesday. But again, this is all dependent on what news finally says. But if we don't have then any down movement, then I will look at trading. I will look at trading then the pound to let's put it, yeah, till your 128 300 possibly here your 128 300 sort of zones. But then again, this is all dependent on what news says to tomorrow. So if new Canadian news is bad on CPI, then I will expect to see a sell on GBP USD come Wednesday morning. But then if it's good, then I'm just gonna stay out that trade initially in the morning and go on with it. But that's referring to Wednesday morning. I'll just look at what the trend is saying. I'll just come through as a participant after the news. But then for tomorrow, I do still see a buying opportunity, a bit of a long opportunity up to the level of 127,600. And then the next one that I'll take a look at is the sorry, can I just I'm trying to move this? Is Euro JPY. This still on an uptrend. So remember last week what I was saying, and it played out exactly as I said that I expect market to move, and then before getting there, just wait for a bit of a pullback. Market created that pullback, and over there, and I sent it to my group, but I didn't entertain the trade itself. Can I just get something else to draw? So over there, that candle, sorry, it's giving me the wrong side. But over there, that candle, then I went in to buy. So I do still expect to see the market going long because the trend is quite long as well. It's still looking long, but let me just see till what zones you can expect to buy this. And it looks relatively small, but actually it's quite big how the market moved. So I do expect them to see markets reach the next two levels, but more especially the 170 600 zone on Euro JPY. I do expect to see a 170 movement over there. All right, guys. Just please help the people that aren't joining in on the sound. And then, as far as USD JPY, so remember, I said I still do see them fulfilling, reaching these prices over here. So in this case, it would be the 157,900. So about 158 on 158 flat on USD JPY. So it did have quite the bearish move, and especially because the dollar was weak after a bad CPI release. But even though there was a bad CPI release, we can still see that the US dollar continued to move up against the Japanese yen. So this is a sort of thing that I'm still expecting to happen. So we still do have some upside potential movement on this pair up until here. So this is something that I'm gonna look at tomorrow. Crossing my fingers that we don't have a lot of movement within the Japanese yen. Also from a fundamental side, also from the fundamental side of things. So I don't know if you guys know that the Iranian leader passed on, so we might see a bit of funny activity from oil prices, and oil prices then also affect the performance of the Japanese yen and the Canadian dollar. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how that will play out, and what we can look at over there. So that's what I'm looking at for the week. But I just see that somebody in our community was asking about NZD USD. So you're lucky that it's a community member asking me about that, because we'll just get into it. NZD USD. There it is. Okay. All right, just looking at it. So wait, that does not look right. Okay, now that looks right. So Clinton, your question. Can I just get back to your question? Do you think NZD News will take the on a buy? All right. So can I just refer back to my economic calendar and see there? So the NZD news. Oh, all right. Yeah. So then NZD, because that's happening. And we can see quite the long trend over there. Yes, so actually, if we were to buy, especially with this news coming out, I do see then, yeah, a 0.61800 take profit. We could see it going up there, but just a tip for that. If we can see that most of these news releases here, which have to do like with the cash rate or fund rate or what, we can see that in the last month, what they did is they made a, so the initial moves of all the currencies were first in a weak move and then went strong. The other time I traded GPUSD, I went in for a buy. News came out, it went down, but because the overall pattern was still a buy. It ended up buying up. Unlike when the new US one dropped out, because the overall trend for the dollar was a sell trend. That's when NFP came in, the week that like NFP was and stuff like that. So I wouldn't immediately jump onto the buy trend. I think when it comes to this New Zealand news, 4 a.m. on Wednesday, I think we'll see a bit of a dip before we see a rise, just generally because of how other fundamentals have been acting and what they've been doing. So, guys, that's another key thing when it comes to fundamentals. Normally, you can look at what has the behavior been in the past, what the behavior has been in the past concerning that particular sort of news over there, those particular sort of news. Marvin, unfortunately, Prof Zones isn't here today, so he won't be covering the gold, so we won't have gold being covered today. He's the guy that normally does our gold. But yes, guys, still on the tip of when we see news. So normally, like, let's say retail sales, we'll see what American retail sales say, we'll see what European retail sales say. um Retails. Oh, there's been people. Okay, no, it's telling me there were people in the waiting room. What European retail sales say. So if American and European retail news has similarities, then we know when we get into the pound, we might see the same move. Or just whatever news which is pretty much in the same WhatsApp group, PPI, CPIs, fund rates, interest rates, all of that. So whatever news is in the same WhatsApp group. So that is why I'm saying right now, NZD, the 4 a.m. news happening on Wednesday, I do expect to see a dip, but again. NZD USD is not a pair that I particularly trade a lot, so I'd stay out of that. I'm personally staying out of it, but I do see it going down a little bit. It going down a little bit before we go and follow the overall trend. And yeah, guys, that's it for Monday market mapping. Remember about the FMAS that I spoke about. Like I said, Sandton Convention Center. I'm gonna be there tomorrow and Wednesday as well, and you can feel free to talk with me if you see me there or anything. But overall, guys, it's a wonderful opportunity, especially if you can go. I do encourage you to go. And yeah, guys, happy trading for the week. Let's go in, let's kill it. Like I said, my big tip for the week, let's look at what CAD CPI is gonna say, and if it comes out bad, then obviously then come Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock, then I'm going in and selling. But everybody take care. Remember to always practice risk management. Always leave money for tomorrow. The location is Santon Convention Center. And yeah, guys, shout out, take care, happy trading. Remember to always, if trades go bad, always leave money for tomorrow because your setup tomorrow can be spectacular. Cheers, guys.